How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and in this character spotlight, it's summertime Pecos. Oppa Peco. Ray. It's Ray. Summer edition. Let's not kid ourselves. Pretty much any anime style gacha out there. Summertime comes around. Pecos. What you spending money on? We're not kidding ourselves. We know better. Some don't want to admit it. I'm okay. I can admit this. Summertime Pecos. I'm okay with this. Summertime Ray! Let's go ahead and get into the skills. Skill number 1. Actually, let's back that up a little bit. This character has one of those stack mechanics, right? And the stack mechanic, it starts with the freaking Union Burst instead of some other stuff or whatever. I'll go into more detail on why I'm a little bit miffed on this, even though it's summertime Ray. We'll get to it. I'm going to do the Union Burst first. So, Union Burst, the Summer Ocean Grace. A very large, supposedly huge, crazy amount, high damage, big Pecos, single target physical damage attack that adds 7 stacks of water blade protection to herself. Limit max of 10 stacks. And damage increases the more stacks she has. And one of her Union Burst hits, I believe the very first hit, is guaranteed to be a crit. Now here's the question that I've seen a couple of conflicting reports on, is that does she get the stacks before the actual hits for the damage multiplier or whatever it is beforehand, or after? I'm going to have to pay really close attention to when she starts battle here and does her first Union Burst. See if I can solve that real quick. If it happens before, all is good. If it happens after, then her first time using a Union Burst is going to hit like a wet noodle. Just, ew. Echoes. That's a bad place to put that. Anyways, this is what starts the stack mechanic, and I always really don't care for stack mechanics thing, and I'm going to be a little bit more harsher on Ray here with the stack mechanic in just a bit. Skill number 1. I know it's out of order, feels unnatural to me. I'll probably mess up some more. Skill number 1, Raging Flood. Increases the physical attack power of all allies in her immediate vicinity and small single target physical damage attack. The amount of the attack power buff and the damage dealt increases depending on the number of stacks she has, and this will consume one of those stacks. Okay, now I just previously did Summertime Hiyori, and she has that immediate vicinity thing on 2 of her skills. Same thing applies to this character. Same range, same everything. Almost as if both Ray and Hiyori are supposed to be in the same group. It almost seems like they're designing these 2 characters to really have to be in the same group, and maybe Summer Yui, when she comes out in a little bit, might have the same thing. It might be like this trifecta where you put all 3 of them together and they're like, wonderful, yay. Kind of wonderful, nope, Pecos. Yeah, that mechanic. It only hits with the immediate vicinity, the very front line, and the middle front half of the mid lane. I'm not going to go into extra detail again like I did with the Hiyori here because I confused myself. Skill number 2, Azure Shot. Single target physical damage attack with a slightly increased critical damage multiplier. More stacks means more damage. It consumes 1 stack. I have no idea what the multiplier is. It's like the more stacks you have, the higher the multiplier thing is. This thing says it's 16%, but it changes and everything, and I don't know the mechanics of it. I think it's so more stacks good thing, whatever. EX skill increases physical attack power. If you happen to have her at 5 stars, greatly increases physical attack power. And of course, and if you get her in the early gacha, you get 2 extra memory fragments. Like I always say, just take her to 5, live the life. It's fine. Already did the Union Burst. See, I already went there, and it was like, what the heck, and things. Go ahead and throw her into combat. Go but to the event, and we're still trying to get Hiyori fragments. Even though I don't really need them. I think Hiyori at 3 stars is going to be perfectly fine. Alright, let's get her out of there. And we're going to have to find her real quick. She should be right about... She's still green. She's still right here. Alright. I'm running out of components to level them up. There's only so much I can do. Okay. Now, the stack mechanic thing... a lot of the times, a lot of the characters that we get, we don't think about the stack mechanic. Whether you're, you know, autoplay or manual, it's just like we don't care. Okay, now let's see if the stacks happen right off the bat or not. Stacks are not on yet. Damage dealt. Now the stacks are on. So it's damage dealt, then stacks, which means her first union burst is going to hit like a wet noodle. We have solved this issue. I don't know why I just didn't do a fight earlier so I didn't have to make it an issue, but I made it an issue. It's fine. Pecos, they're wet. Anyways, okay, so she has to have a fast turnover rate on her union burst. She pretty much has to, because, you know, she's going to consume one with skill 1 and skill 2. They each consume, and it almost makes me wonder how the heck she's going to get a full 10 stack for her union burst. It hits hard. Obviously right there, just her walking around hits freaking hard. But it could hit harder. It almost feels like she's designed to not be able to do her union burst when she has 10 stacks. Right? She has to do her union burst, which will put, you know, whatever one it is, gets her to that full 10 stacks. And I'm going to go ahead and throw her in here and just have her do it again while I talk. So she has to do a union burst, a couple of them to get the full stacks, but immediately after a union burst, she's going to start doing the other skills and drain them. So she would have to do her union burst, get full stacks, and before she gets a skill off, do it again to get the full effect of the 10 stacks, because 10's max. If she burns one, she's down to 9, and then does the union burst, well, you're not getting max effect. It's one of those... It's one of those where it's like, okay, this character has a stack mechanic, but the way they designed it seems to have sucked. And here's the other thing. The difference in her buffs between having like 1 stack to 10 stacks isn't much. It's all, you know, it's a little bit multiplicative and all that stuff, but in all reality, it's not that much. The attack power one, I believe it's something like 5,300 or 5,400, something around in there. And that's with like 1 stack. At 10 stacks, it's like 7,500 or something. I mean, yeah, it's a significant difference. But when you take in like Hiyori's, you know, 2,000 to 7,200 or whatever it is, that's a much bigger gap. It's much more important to have more people around Hiyori. Her with her stacks doesn't seem to matter that much. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm talking so much. Hold on. Ooh. Oh, I think I was staring at some Pecos too much or something. I'm not sure. It's whatever. So yeah, the stack mechanic's important, but the difference is small. It could have very simply just been a character with some static averaged out buffs, would have been fine. And in terms of a damage character, supposedly this is an S+ to SS tier character, somewhere right in there. It's not a character that's going to make or break anybody unless you're really looking for Pecos. I mean, if you're looking for Pecos, you can find some here. Not here. I need to add more weight for that, but this is not a character you need to draw for, is what I'm trying to say. Hiyori you get for free. Everybody gets it for free. It's fine. Rei is not a character that you necessarily need to roll for. Now, that's up to you guys. Here's the thing, you know, I was kind of just half kind of joking around when I was like, oh, well, if you combine her with Hiyori with the vicinity thing, Rei with the, you know, other multiplier thing, and it kind of goes together, and the whole range, immediate vicinity thing, and they go together and boom, 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 and it could be really good. It might be that. I'll take a serious stance on that and be like, okay, well, that's actually a little bit more of a thing. So you have to have her with Hiyori. They're both front line, 1 support, 1 damage. And maybe when Yui comes into play, we'll know a little bit more. Maybe she plays into this, maybe she doesn't. Maybe there's just other characters you can slap in and have a good time, whatever. With the Pecos, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But it doesn't seem like, as a standalone character, that she's terribly important. There's other characters that give better buffs. There's no really weird, lackluster stack mechanic to get in the way. There's no immediate vicinity thing or whatever. She does do some significant damage, but you're kind of thinking, is like, well, what if I have 6-star Rei, or if I need the AoE, I can go with Princess Rei, and maybe she's just kind of like this mid-ground weirdness thing. We're rolling for the Pecos anyways. Who cares? I know you're going for it. We'll catch you in the next video.